Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aurora, and here I am to deliver you the weekly intuitive energy update for the week of August 9th, 2021. So welcome. I got my Palo Santo here, so I'm just gonna start off by just burning this and setting the intention that I can be a clear conduit for your higher self, for source, for higher consciousness. Just connect to my breath real quick. Like the thing right off the hop that I'm hearing for this week is divine timing and trust. So when we are not trusting in divine timing, we are not trusting ourselves, right? And so what that causes is a fear or a lack mindset, right? And then that's the place that you're manifesting from, which is that you're coming from a place of lack. You're coming from a place of something you don't have, which is okay, right? It's just about realizing that that's where you are. Oh yeah, she's smoking good. Write that down. All right. Okay, beautiful. So I hope that you guys had an amazing weekend and are feeling energized. For me personally, I've been feeling pretty drained, and that seems to be kind of the energy right now. But I think it's just that our physical body is getting so many upgrades and downloads right now that we're just tired. We're just in that energy of upgrade, which means that we're in an energy of like being down so that we can upgrade, if that makes sense. Like having lower energy, having, you know, maybe a foggier mind, and this is allowing for us to actually create the space for change, right? Because a lot of the time we're not going to make change in our lives unless there's something that is kind of forcing us in a way. It's usually because there's a negative thing that we choose to move forward in a positive way, whereas we don't have to wait for the negative thing to manifest to realize what serves you and what doesn't. So that's kind of going to be the energy, like how in tune are you with your own needs, and how in tune are you with taking the action from receiving the messages of your needs, right? And that's that masculine feminine balance, the receptivity and the action, right? The receptivity is the feminine and the action is the masculine. So it's really just about balancing that and being able to listen and take the proper action forward, right? Because there's never a right and there's never a wrong. It's just about what is good for you, right? So, okay, let's see. Where do I want to start today? I don't think I'm going to talk too much. I know I say this every week and then it's about an hour, but I'm hoping to kind of condense it down a little bit so that we can get as much information into as little time as possible, just so that we can be conscious of our time together. Okay, so what did I want to talk about? There was something. See, I should have wrote more down, but that's okay. It's just going to come through as we need it. So let me just see what wants to come through real quick, and then I'll go off of what I already have. Oh yeah, okay, cool. It's very obvious. So the 8-8 portal. So, okay, so yesterday was the Lionsgate portal, 8-8 portal. So what that is August 8th. So 8-8, that's where that 8-8 comes from. August 8th is this portal. It's during the Leo season. So that means that it has energy that corresponds to the Leo energy. So it's all about, you know, standing in your power. It's this doorway through into the higher versions of who you are. So it's literally like your healthy self, your soul is very there for you. Like your common sense, your knowing of what's good for you, your knowing of what serves you, and different things like that become very apparent during this time. And if you're in a darker energy during this time, it's gonna feel heavy because you're being asked to release things that aren't serving you. So there will be resistance in a lot of ways, which is why I think we have this lower energy right now, is because we're getting such high influx of light frequency, of light energy, of higher vibrations, whatever words you want to put on it, solar energy, right? Because this is literally coming from the sun, from our solar flares, from the alignment of planets. So we're getting all of these higher vibrational energies, and we're getting access to our higher self. Okay, so that little voice within, that your intuition, that little voice that's guiding you, that might be loud and clear for some, and for others they really struggle to hear it, and it's just intuition, and it's trusting yourself and trusting that you're on your path and you're on the right path, and that you know what it is that you're doing. And it doesn't always necessarily mean big picture of what it is that you're doing, but at least like, what is it in your heart? What is your purpose here? Like, how can you be of service? Different things like this will start coming up, because I really, really, really am feeling 5D is being anchored like so strongly, so strongly. Like our tribe is coming together, guys. The light workers, the way showers, the ones that are here to make the change, the ones that are here to lead the way for all of humanity. Like, guys, like, we're being asked to step up. This is part of that Leo energy as well, which is really being the leader, being a sovereign leader, being the leader that protects, being the leader that communicates, being the leader that stands in their power, stands in their authenticity, stands in their truth, right? So it's like, how can we start embodying these higher frequencies and moving forward in a way that is of service to ourselves first and foremost? As that's part of the Piscean energy that's falling away, and the Aquarian energy that we're stepping into as a collective on the 26,000 year cycle. So the Earth goes, well, I guess our sun goes around the greater central sun, which is source, which is the center of everything. So the center of everything, and then our little universe goes around source, just like the Earth goes around our sun orbits around its own sun, right? Because we live in the micro, macro, fractal reality, right? Where the deeper in that you go and the farther out that you go is the same template, right? There's only one template of the universe, and that's why there's so much diversity, because once you can understand this template, then you can understand kind of like what goes on within that container, in that confined space, which is this reality that we're living in right now as human beings, right? So there are universal laws, there are these higher powers that we work with, or that work through us, in order to anchor this new reality in. And that Leo energy that's really allowing for us to step into the healthier versions of ourselves, into our healthier knowings, into our healthier truths, into a way that we are able to and have the capacity to move forward with our beliefs, with our truth, with our own sovereign free will and choice. Right? And so then this ties into making a decision about, I'm just gonna bring it up, the V, right? I've been watching a lot of videos on the real science of what's going on, and it's really, really fucked up. And that's as deep as I'm gonna go with this right now, because it's terrifying what's going on right now, and how we are being coerced and abused and mistreated and basically just led astray, and nobody's here to guide us. And the people, I can't even say nobody, because guys, there are scientists, there are people that are, and doctors, and very educated people that are speaking out against what's really going on. And I know that we're being asked to step up into this what's the word, to basically speak about this, like to be the voice behind the movement, to be the voice behind your truth, to be standing in your power, to say I'm exempt from wearing masks, to, if this is your path, by the way, you might not want to follow this advice if it's against your intuition, but I'm just saying that if you're in the same boat as me with not wearing masks, not getting vaccinated, not conforming to the mainstream message, because I've never fucking done that my whole life anyway, so why would I start doing it now? Though this is a very controversial topic within our consciousness, within humanity right now, because this is literally, like, this is Lionsgate portal energy. Like, this is like, hey, are you stepping up or not? And if you did get it and this is causing fear, don't be afraid. Just listen to what your next steps are. Start asking questions. Start looking into how to detox your body. Start looking into and researching, so maybe you won't get the next shot, so that maybe you won't, you can tell your friend, the next person that wants to get it or doesn't want to get it or isn't sure, you can advise them, you can help them, and you can guide them on your own path. But it's never about, pushing information down people's throat. That's why I even said, like, if this doesn't resonate with you, then don't listen to me, listen to you, listen to that voice. That's the whole point of this. That is taking your sovereignty back, taking your free will, taking your choice back, and saying, I am a sovereign being and I want to exercise my free will and choice. And that in itself is so fucking powerful, because you have no idea. Like, this is one of our rights to exist as a conscious, as a being, as an incarnate manifested human. We have free will. It's the same reason why with the angels, they're here to help, but you have free will. You have to let them in. You have to ask for help. You have to, like, they're there all the time. But until I say, archangels of 100% pure love and light, please be with me on my path and please guide me. Until I state that out into the universe, they cannot intervene. That is why these governing bodies that have been governing us forever, like, guys, it's the same people running the world that when Jesus was here and got crucified, for speaking the truth, for spreading love, for spreading the message. Because there was manipulation, there was control, there was coercion, there was everything. All the corruption that's happening now and that's been happening in all history that we ever have been taught about, it's the same people. It's the same energy. I can't say people, but energy, right? Like, we've had lifetimes in this energy. So now here, as the way shower, as the spiritual leader and guide for humanity, like, stepping into this role is what we're all being asked to do right now. Like, I'm not the only one. I am one of the hundreds of thousands of light workers, of souls from other planets that came here to help humanity raise its consciousness. Like, this is something that we can't deny anymore. Like, not that I have been denying it for a long time, but it's like, now I'm really hearing the call. Like, it's really time to step up. And that's really, like, it's like the flame under our ass to get us moving forward. And changing our direction. Because last week we talked about that masculine energy. This week it's going to be more about the feminine, but different, because it's not just about the feminine. It's always about the masculine and feminine. Whether I'm talking about the masculine or the feminine, it's always both at the end of the day, because you need the balance, right? So yeah, just wanted to mention that. Okay, Lionsgate portal. So I did want to also mention, yesterday was the new moon, and I guess it was in Leo as well. So similar energies as what I've already explained, with that, that confidence, that knowing, that life force energy being activated, that creativity. There's like protection energy really being activated, and like literally, like, we are going to maybe not like have to fight for our freedoms per se, But with the collective unconscious, we kind of are fighting for our freedoms because there's that resistance between knowledge and ignorance. And it's not, there's nothing negative about, you know, being ignorant, but it's also about being willing to come out of that ignorance due to knowledge. And it's not knowledge that I mean like science and biased science and ads that are paid for the government that are telling you to go get this vaccine, that are this, that. It's like, no, actually finding the science that is backing up the fact that this isn't even actually a real vaccine, for the fact that basically there was false positive COVID tests from all the PCR tests in the beginning, and that they fucking said that apparently none of that was even true about, you know, the PCR tests and the accuracy of the results. All of this stuff is coming out, guys. Like, I don't know, like, how available it is to the masses, like who's finding this information, but I know that it's my job and my responsibility to talk about it, to plant seeds, to say, hey, I know this information and you're not crazy for feeling like something bad is happening right now. Bad as in not in alignment with good, you know, like I know that I say there is no right, there is no wrong, good, bad, whatever, they all have to exist. Yeah, they do, but we also have choice in what it is that we're gonna entertain and where it is within that spectrum that we're gonna sit. Because you can sit right in that spot of neutrality, you know, it all depends where you wanna be on the spectrum. And not only that, is about observing where you are on that spectrum as well, right? And there's no shame and there's no guilt and there's no fear. It's just about like how in service to yourself and others are you. And not everybody is on this mission like I, or wants to be a way shower in this way. But I mean, a nurse, a doctor, a police officer, a grocery store clerk, a cleaner, anything. It's about the energy that you bring into every moment and every day. And it is the willingness to be of service. But in order for you to be of service, you have to make sure that you're nourished. Because if you're malnourished and you're depleted, then you just can't be of service. You cannot be at your highest offering. And on days that you're not at your highest offering, that's okay too, right? So it's just about knowing that boundary, knowing that balance. Okay, cool. So yeah, that new moon, sorry guys, so much stuff. The new moon. So new moon is all about planting seeds. It is the dark phase of the moon. And so at this time in the cycle, it's really about shedding and it's about starting anew, right? And so it's like, what seeds do we want to plant for the full moon so that we can harvest and reap our rewards, right? That's how we can use the moon cycles in order to manifest, right? So if we can learn the energies and phases of the moon, then we're able to calibrate to that universal rhythm. And then there's also people in the spiritual community that are talking about how the moon is hijacked and it's working for the dark and it's connected to Satan or Saturn, which I'm pretty sure it is connected to Saturn, but that doesn't mean that it's connected to Satan. That just means it's connected to Saturn energies. So if you're interested in like astrology and different things, I'm pretty sure Saturn just represents the material world, which is why people see 666 and think that that's bad. But whenever I see sixes, it's the universe saying, hey, Aurora, are you focusing on the material or are you focusing on the spiritual? Which are you focusing on being of service? Or are you focusing on material gains? Are you focused on helping others or are you focused on self-serving? Right? Are you taking this action from a place of love or are you taking this action from a place of lack or fear? Right? So finding that balance, right? And so, yeah, this new moon that we just went through with this Lionsgate portal, like it was so powerful and potent, and it's really about choosing you. It's really about choosing you, and it's really about saying, I hear you, body. I hear you, mind. I hear you, spirit. I'm listening, and I'm taking action where I need to, right? Instead of energy all the time, no groundedness, no center, no calm, like no wonder you're going to get sick, no wonder you're going to get affected, no wonder you're going to feel overwhelmed, no wonder you're going to feel chaotic, because you're not taking care of your own needs. Okay, so it really is that simple, and it's not that simple to take care of your needs because there's a whole learning curve and a whole process, but it's like being in a relationship. Like, you don't just know that person right away, and you don't just know everything, and you know, it's a process. So you have to be dedicated to yourself for long enough to, well, forever, forever and ever, to be able to hear the different calls and the different signs and symptoms of your own body. For me, last week, I said to my mom, like, oh, it's so annoying being so sensitive and this, that, and whatever else. And she goes, yeah, but Aurora, that means that when your body is talking to you and communicating with you and you're out of alignment, you hear it. Like, you know right away. So yeah, you might feel like you're on a freaking roller coaster, but at least you have access to be able to know and say, oh, I'm not in a good energy. Oh, I need to nap. Oh, I need to this. Oh, I need to have some space. Oh, I need to go do this. Oh, I need to go do that. Having the capacity to hear my needs and meet them is one of my greatest gifts, but I was not seeing it like that. I was getting irritated because I was like, oh my God, I'm so freaking sensitive and it's so annoying. Why do I have to be like this? But then I get out of the victim role and I go, okay, well, at least I know how to take care of myself and I know how to meet my needs, so how about I just do it? Right? So that's the learning curve mostly, is what are your needs and how can you show yourself? Okay. So the first thing I have here is embracing your uniqueness. So this is really what 5D is asking us to do, like, and this Leo energy and basically everything is asking us right now to embrace our uniqueness, because what it is that makes you you is what is going to make your world go round. If you can embrace the aspects of you that make you feel whole, that make you feel loved, that make you feel heard, that make you feel seen, when you embrace those parts of yourself, and instead of judging yourself for liking something different, instead of being this or that or whatever, judgmental and critiquing and not feeling worthy and not feeling good enough, it's about putting in the time, the effort, the practice, and the intention and the devotion into whatever practice it is that you enjoy doing, and embrace that about yourself, because there are so many people that are just like you that you don't even realize, right? So it's like you think nobody likes that stuff because you're not putting the energy and time into whatever it is that you're doing. So I don't really know what I'm talking about specifically because it's for each individual that's watching. So it's like, whatever that is for you, give yourself the space this week to really allow yourself to like surrender into that energy of just playing, of being, of, you know, getting creative, of maybe playing music, maybe putting music on and having a little dance party, like really spice up the play energy, because Leos are also very playful. They're very like, it's a cat energy, right? So like, they're very playful and they exude unconditional love. So that's kind of the energy that you're being asked to step into this week, and like confidence galore, okay? Like, so much confidence in what it is that makes your heart sing this week. And that could be met with different pains and blocks so that you can unlock that part of you. So it's not always rainbows and butterflies. It's compromise that moves us along. Okay, sorry, I couldn't help it. I just love it. Okay. So anyways, it's not always rainbows and butterflies. And so it's like, it's that pain and suffering that leads us to the rainbows and butterflies. Actually, I saw this post about how a butterfly, you cannot help a butterfly out of its chrysalis after it has gone from a caterpillar, formed into a chrysalis, had its whole process, and when it needs to come out of the chrysalis, it actually can't be helped. If you help the butterfly, it will kill the butterfly, because the butterfly needs to go through that process, that transformation, to come out of that cocoon and birth itself, to strengthen its wings, to go through that birthing portal on its own. It is something that we, as well, just consciousness as a whole, when we birth and when we die, we do it alone. It's a personal experience. Nobody dies with me, or nobody's birthed with me. It's something that you go through on your own. And so it's not that you can't be supported through any of the processes while you're here on earth and you're going through your processes, but the actual birth itself, the going through it, the experience of it, is only something that you can do. So that's a really cool message that just came through, because it's just such a perfect analogy. I cannot take that chrysalis off for you, right? And the cool thing is that as a healer, we don't actually heal you. We activate healing within you. We activate your belief within you that you are worthy to heal, that you have the capacity to heal, that you deserve to heal. It's in it. It's inside. There's DNA within you that's been laying dormant. There's Kundalini energy, there's life force energy, there's different energies that are wanting and needing to flow through you. So all that it is moving energy, changing beliefs, changing habits, and focusing on these different aspects that help you to shift into next levels of your life and of your reality. And it's just about honoring your vessel, honoring your choice, honoring your free will, tapping into creativity, tapping into your uniqueness, and allowing that to flourish, allowing yourself to flourish, giving yourself the space to actually be of these higher frequencies, of these higher vibrations. So the next thing I have is claiming your free will and sovereignty, which I kind of already talked about a lot, right? So like, now is the time to reclaim your free will and sovereignty. Free will is something that can never be taken. That is why they have to make you feel worthless. That is why they have to make you feel afraid. That is why they have to tell you that, well, or like convince you by putting your name in a lottery for a draw. This is why they put so much money and time and effort into brainwashing you, literally brainwashing you into believing the narrative. It's the same thing that news has always done. Like, have there really been wars, as much war in the world as on the TV? I don't know. I can't tell you. So it's just something that's very interesting to kind of like take a step back from and really ask these really, really serious questions. So claiming your free will and sovereignty, knowing your rights, guys, like knowing, and I don't really know them, you know, like I know bits and pieces here and there, but I'm learning as I go as well. And so it's like knowing your rights. Like when they say vaccines are mandatory, that they've never been mandatory, guys. I have not been vaccinated. When I was going to school, I had my first few vaccinations. I'm the fifth of 7 children. So by the time mom got to me, she realized that maybe she wasn't actually going to go down that path. And so for me and my younger sister, we didn't get vaccinated. But my brother's a different story because he has a different dad and court orders and wah. So anyway, but point is that they say like in grade 8, girls were getting a shot. I can't remember, like hepatitis shot or something. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. But anyway, some type of shot in grade 8, and I didn't get it. My mom just signed a piece of paper from somebody. I don't know. You go to like, I don't know, the government, a government building or something. I don't know the process. I'm not the girl to ask for that. But all I'm saying is there's always a way. If there's something you don't want to do, if there's something that's not in alignment with your truth, if there's something that every fiber in your fucking being is saying no, then listen to that. Stop listening to the mental chatter. Stop listening to other people outside of you. Listen to your intuition, guys. Allow that to guide you. It can be terrifying. It can feel like, well, what the fuck do I know? Give your power back. Yeah, what do you know? You know that feeling. You know that knowing. So follow that, trust that, and allow that to guide you. I was going to say, I'm probably triggering a lot of people, but nobody that is not into all this stuff has sat here for half an hour and listened to me, so I don't even have to worry about it. Okay, of course, then the next thing I have is follow your strong knowings and flow. So that is your feminine. This is a feminine activation this week, and it was just timestamp 3030, so I just wanted to bring that up. So follow your magic and follow your curiosity. So again, embrace your uniqueness, follow your magic, follow your curiosity. Be curious, be open, ask the questions, just be curious. Like, don't worry about being right or being wrong or not even knowing. Don't be worried about not even knowing. Just be in what it is that you do know and follow that knowing and be open for the universe to guide you through your intuition, signs, people. You just never know. When you start shifting your lens and your perspective and your beliefs on things, then the universe shows you very quickly which way that you should be going. And it does direct you and guide you, but you have to trust yourself, right? And your intuition. Okay, so create a flow, right? So I have follow your strong knowing and flow. So that's great, but then create a flow on top of it. That becomes the masculine, right? So which just means take necessary action. So when you receive the message, take the action. When you receive the message, take the action. So this is the balance between structure and creativity, right? Which is the balance between the masculine and the feminine. So it's about having that ability of knowing and hearing when to take action and when to sit still. And then I have here, okay, yeah, so this is one that was kind of a bit different than all the other messages, but I still wanted it. So I have rock bottom and total surrender. Then you will be blessed. So basically this week could feel like a big dark hole for some. Now it all depends. It could not feel that way, but you can understand what I mean by that. I don't really know how to explain it, because you don't necessarily have to go through something bad in that way where you're like hitting rock bottom, but it's like that, it's that trigger within your own being that redirects your consciousness, right? So it's like something happens in your reality and you don't know which way to go. Like, say you're at this crossroads and you are genuinely don't know which way to go. That could be your rock bottom. Fuck, do I go left or right? I don't know. And it puts you into this place of necessary surrender, when you have to surrender and listen for the guidance, right? So that's what we're going into, is like total surrender. And that is that feminine, because last week we had that masculine activation. And on the 8/8 portal, that really got activated. And apparently the window for the portal is till the 12th, by the way. So 8th of August till the 12th of August. So we're actually still in this portal, which I think is Thursday it would be, because today's Monday and it's the 9th, right? So 10, 11, 12, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so it will be on Thursday that this portal really closes. So really take note of the energy of the first week or first half of this week, and really notice, like, if you are feeling despair, if you are feeling like fear, uncertainty, all these things, just like integrate practices that ground you. Make sure you're eating properly, make sure you're exercising, make sure you're taking care of your physicality, make sure you're taking care of your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, your relationships. Like, these are all things to come back to when you're not feeling good. when you're not feeling connected and when you're feeling distracted, come back to your center. Again, here it comes up again. Recenter, rebalance, reconnect. That's my new thing. Recenter, rebalance, reconnect. Because when we can do that, when we can recenter, when we can come back here, when we can rebalance, when we can be in neutrality, see this side and that side, and then make a choice from this place, then we can connect to our higher selves, to our true path, to our soul purpose, right? So, yeah. Okay, so amazing. And then I have the last thing on here is conformity versus freedom. So it's your choice. It's your choice to conform or to be free. And sometimes the choice of freedom comes with feeling restricted and feeling limited. But then you're not selling your soul. Then you're not ruining your body. Then you're not doing things that that inflict suffering and pain that we don't need to experience, that we could bypass through conscious choice. That's really what it comes down to. Okay, cool. All right, now I'm going to pull some cards here. So I'm going to start with this deck here called the White Light Oracle. I was guided to have this card from this deck as my general card for the week. Oh my God. Ishtar's Lion Gate. 888. Card 44. Are you kidding me? Okay, I guess we're going to have two cards because, I mean, as much as it's so divine and perfect, it's almost too perfect. So give me some more energies, please. What is the energy for this week? What is the energy for this week? A lot of chest energy, hard to breathe. Yeah, anxiety, a lot of anxiety, which is why we got to ground, guys, which is why we got to transmute that anxiety into creativity. Give that energy a place to go. It needs direction. It needs an outlet. You need to get an outlet. You need your outlets. Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz. Perfect. Oh, it's so good. Okay, let me see. We're going to do the Lion's Gate first. All right. So, Ishtar's Lion Gate 888. Your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. A blessing. Empowerment and positive omens shall enter your world. Doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. How perfect is that? Let's see, what is it that, yeah, let's do it. We're going to read it. We're going to go the whole way today, guys. Okay, so Ishtar is the queen of the night, a dark goddess of loss and letting go, but also a priestess of light who holds the keys to renewal from suffering. She is relentless in her pursuit of the path to true inner freedom. She willingly surrenders her attachments and her identities, even separating herself temporarily from her loved ones with such boldness and confidence that she crosses into realms where others dare not go. She experiences vulnerability and in that state discovers deep truth. Ishtar is the capacity of the soul to integrate our experiences. After reaching the greatest depths of suffering, she emerges and is reinstated upon her rightful throne with even greater wisdom, spiritual power, and compassion. In a reading, she is a guardian and symbol of resurrection, which this has to do, guys, with going from that Piscean age into the Aquarian age. So we're leaving that victim, that martyr mentality behind and stepping into our empowerment, which is that we don't need to crucify ourselves for others anymore. We're letting go of that. That is huge in the collective consciousness of humanity. Even look at the way the classic archetype of the mother, of depleting herself to give to everyone else and to make sure, it's okay if mom goes without, and I'm not saying that that's not a reality sometimes, but what I'm saying is that we don't need to keep living from that space, okay? So you shall rise again. Those who have felt as though their identity or any other marker of security has been torn away from them are her children. Let me read that again. Those who have felt as though their identity or any other marker of security has been torn away from them are her children. Okay, cool. They will find their way back to peace and prosperity under her auspices. Auspices? Auspices? I don't know. If you have been suffering, this oracle indicates an ending of the struggle is imminent. You should be restored with so much more than you have lost. Ishtar is depicted in the Queen of the Night relief that dates back over for thousands of years. From ancient Babylon, which was located in the lands of present-day southern Iraq, she is a bird woman priestess with talons and wings, flanked by owls and lions. She holds sacred tools, a rod and ring in her hands, is bejeweled and naked, symbolizing her power and freedom. Her symbols are the gate, the 8-pointed star, and the lion. She is considered the goddess of the planet Venus, but the star Sirius is also sacred to her. So Sirius is actually the portal to the greater central sun, I'm pretty sure. Now, don't quote me on that, but I'm 99% sure that that is the gateway, which is also part of why the 8-8 portal, the Lionsgate 8-8 portal, is so powerful. Because we're in direct alignment with the greater central sun and with Sirius. And Sirius, I guess actually Jesus is Syrian. He was a Syrian being that came and manifested, which he came from the sun, right? The sun, right? Syrian sun or greater central sun, because it's all the same at the end of the day, right? Okay, cool. Like, not the same, but it's an extension of, right? Okay, so its rise each year marks her ascent from the dark realms, which ensures prosperity and good fortune for the year ahead. Her jewels and tools represent her great power and effectiveness. The stars represent her higher consciousness and loving wisdom, and are a sign of great blessings for your life, indicating prosperity, peace, healing, and love. Amazing. The Lion's Gate falls when the sun is in Leo. Leo is the sign of the lion, the astrological ruler of the heart, and the animal totem sacred to Ishtar. The rising of Sirius took place on 26th of July in ancient Egypt, which marked the beginning of the Egyptian New Year. In modern times and different latitudes, the date for the rising of Sirius varied considerably. Nonetheless, the 8th day of the 8th month is considered especially potent, and when combined with the 8-pointed star of Ishtar, the numerological frequency of the spiritual portal or doorway that opens on 8th of August becomes 888. The 888 frequency will stimulate your soul in its unique way. It facilitates a deepening intimacy between the spiritual worlds and the earth plane, an amplification of light and an outpouring of positive blessings for humanity. It is believed many, if not all, cosmic avatars who come to Earth as advanced spiritual guides hail from Sirius and make their blessings increasingly available to humanity during this opening between the worlds. This oracle brings a message of a breakthrough and healing, of a significant lighting up of your life and the end of a deeply challenging cycle in your life. This is a special divine dispensation augured by the oracle of Ishtar's Lion Gate 888, where hope has been difficult to find or all seems lost. The light shall return, and beautiful beings are designed to unfold in your life. Are destined to unfold in your life. So connect to your breath flowing in and out, helping you to come fully into this present moment. When you are ready, say the following prayer aloud. So you can just say it in your mind or you can say it aloud, but this is it. May the enlightened heart that truly loves humanity bring forth the compassion, mercy, grace, and protection needed so all beings may gain spiritual benefit, freedom, truth, and peace. See, sense, intend, or feel a radiant star rising above the horizon, bringing with the beginning of a new dawn. It is a white, powerful sun emanating rainbow-colored rays of hope, wisdom, peace, abundance, and love. You become aware of a second brilliant white sun, our sun, following its rise above the horizon. Two massive, radiant, white spiritual suns emanate all colors and blessings on their rays. Both are visible on the horizon. There is a sense that something very special is happening. An unusually powerful and unconditionally positive portal of healing is opening up for all hearts. Let yourself rest in the dual lights of the suns as they soak into your soul. You can imagine you carry the light of these two suns in your heart, always, and that through your heart and all willing and capable hearts, the lights of these suns shine continuously on the inner dimensions for the spiritual benefits of all beings. You may like to rest a hand on your heart to ground this acknowledgement, capacity, and vision, which is funny because I was doing that when I was reading to you guys earlier. You may like to rest a hand on your heart to ground. Oh, I just read that. Bring yourself back to the here and now with some physical movement and plenty of hydration. You have completed your healing process. Amazing. Okay, do I need to say more, guys? It was so spot on. I love it when the cards literally say what I have just said. So I have a lot of fun with it. Okay, now we're gonna go. I'm probably not gonna read the healing process for the bear, but I think this is very important because actually, just as I was saying the bear, I was showing mama bear energy. And what did I say? Feminine this week, guys. So let's see. This will be interesting to see what this bear energy brings for us. And it's that 396 hertz. Okay, so you are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Sorry, I have an itchy eye. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. So it's funny because this one's saying you're coming out of a dark phase, and this one was talking about, suffering and all of that kind of coming to an end. So that's really, really cool. So darkness is normal, guys. Darkness is natural. Darkness is part of it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to run from. It's just fractal aspects of yourself, of your soul, that were planted along the way for you to go back and reclaim. If somebody had abused you, if somebody had taken advantage of you, if somebody had taken your power away, if you felt powerless in a situation, these are all moments in our lives that are fragmented, that are disconnected from us, that have affected us or traumatized us or influence us to act from a wounded place. We're being asked and invited back into that space of healing right now. So the frequency of 396 hertz is deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart frequency of the universal mother protecting her young, deflecting negativity and to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warnings lest they wander too far from their authentic path. But she also encourages the child to learn who they are, to courageously explore their world, and to enjoy their freedom. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, the Divine Mother energy in the soul is loving, protective, available, and kind. This inner mother love enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging, and home. In connection with the inner Divine Mother, we feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand what we need, and we value ourselves enough to live in such a way that our needs are met. We recognize that we matter, not more than any other, but enough to feel self-love and self-respect. We can connect to our authentic life path because we feel worthy of it. This nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls which keep love out due to past abandonment and betrayal. When we are more open to life, the path to fruition becomes more accessible and direct. When we connect with our authentic path, we can access the abundance of spiritual support available to us and make the most spiritual progress. The guidance may arise as a no or a not right now or a yes or a go for it. When we are in the heart, we will clearly sense such guidance and take comfort in it rather than fighting against it. As we let go of our defense systems, disabling fear and guilt from running our lives, and instead deal with them as occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed, we stop fearing we will never have what we genuinely want and need. We realize we are loved, know how to love, and are naturally, innately beings of love. This frequency helps the body to ground. Okay, guys, it's all so spot on. It helps the mind settle into the body rather than constantly flitting from one possibility to the next, creating excitement but also an excess of nervous energy. It helps the mind and body balance nicely with each other, supporting each other rather than opposing each other. Then your mind won't be constantly haranguing. Okay, I may be butchering that word, but whatever. Where was I? Okay, then your mind won't constantly be haranguing your body, leaving it feeling bad about itself, tired or unhappy or even angry and rebellious. In these and other ways, the 396 Hz frequency helps reconcile the push-pull of competing interests, integrating awareness in the heart, and providing a clear pathway to a transcendent resolution, where all is working for the one higher purpose. The frequency harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear soul totem. It encourages our natural ability to find the sweetness in life necessary to sustain hope and heal our hearts. Spirit Bear connects us to the restorative power of hibernation, that deep rest of body and mind. If you are highly strung and, like many modern people, find it hard to consciously relax your body and mind through spiritual practices, Spirit Bear brings the comfort and encouragement to allow your mind to rest within the body. It is as if the mind were in a cave for renewal, safe from predators and external forces, undisturbed and able to rest. This oracle urges you to go within, where there is a tremendous healing force awakening. Give it the time and space it needs to do its best work for you. So good, guys. That is so good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to read the invocation here and then we'll move on. So I invoke the healing frequency of unconditional love and wisdom of the Divine Mother. May my body, mind, and soul be sheltered in a sanctuary of protective grace to fully relax and deeply heal. That was amazing, guys. Okay, so the wolf and the bear. The wolf and the bear. It's so perfect. I love it. I think that's it. Like, I have 5-6 other decks here, but I'm not really being drawn to pull any. So I'm just going to do it from this Angel Oracle here. So this is my Doreen Virtue Archangel Oracle here, and we're just going to pull, God, that was so good. So what we're going to actually do is pull a few cards for both, one like for the lion and then for the bear as well. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I just need one more for the bear. So for the Lion's Gate, we got gifts from God. So we, which is Archangel Sandalphon. It says, we angels bring you gifts from your creator. Open your arms to receive. And then you have brilliant idea, and it's reversed. So there's gift from God, gifts from God. And then we have brilliant idea, but it was reversed. So that means that there's going to be a little bit of a block or a little bit of resistance to your ideas coming through. So Archangel Uriel, yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So guys, like, our ideas are literally our connection to source consciousness, our connection to any consciousness. So what thoughts we're having and the information that we're channeling and picking up, you have to trust that. You have to trust the information that you're receiving, whether it's positive, negative, good, bad, whatever you want to perceive it, however you want to perceive it, you have to trust what information is coming through. And as for the gifts from God, you know, that has to do with your connection to your self-confidence, to your worthiness, right? To knowing that you're worthy. And so when you ask the creator for guidance, it's like realizing your gifts, realizing what it is that you're good at, and that as you realize that and become more confident in that part of you, then that's where you start trusting the good ideas that come through. That's when the universe puts you in an alignment and in flow with the right people and the right connections to bring you to that next level of your life, okay? So that's amazing. Okay, so then for the bear, we got career transition. It says your life, Archangel Shamuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So, you know, I'm not really sure where everyone is that's watching this, but the feminine energy is coming in very strongly right now to say that it is time to shift your perspective on work, on career, on what it is, how you perceive exchange of energy for exchange of finances. Is it worth it? Do you have a balanced exchange? Are you being asked to go a different way? Let's get some more guidance on this card. All is well. Archangel Jeremiah, everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to with hidden blessings you will soon understand. So be open even when you're not enjoying your job. Trust that there is a greater purpose, because this is all about where you're spending your time for a lot of your time and what you're prioritizing and where your energy is most of the time. So you're really being reminded right now that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And I know you probably want to slam me through the screen right now because you really don't want to be there. But that's what Mother Energy is saying. Divine timing, you have to trust. I know that you don't feel comfortable right now. I know that you're uncertain, but this is your invitation to up level. You can stay here. You can stay in this job. You can do the same thing for all this time, over and over and over again, over and over and over again, and drive yourself crazy. Or you can trust that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Somebody might come into your store. Somebody might come into your life or where you work or whatever it might be. Conversation flows and then you get a new job. It can be that easy, guys. All it takes is the right connections. All it takes is for you to be embodying higher perspectives and not limiting yourself in the fact that you hate your job, in the fact that you hate your situation, your living situation, your home, your relationship, your family, whatever it is. You have to trust the lessons in that. I really want some more here because this is fun. Okay, so Yeah, so trust that you're exactly where you need to be. And so then I'm gonna get some cards to kind of bridge these together, because it seems like they do balance each other out here with the, you know, the bear spirit with all is well in career transition, as well as the Ishtar's Lion Gate 888 with gifts from gods and brilliant ideas. So how are these two cards connected? Hello from heaven, Archangel Azrael. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. Cool. So anyone that has passed recently, they're wanting to come through to you. So please open up to receive that guidance. When you're, you know, following this creative energy and feeling confident and realizing taking your power back, and even if nothing external is shifting, you're shifting reality through your own perceptual shifting. Your loved ones are guiding you. You have beings in the other realm, and even if it's not somebody that you're like, oh, I'm not really sure, I don't know if I've lost anyone, you definitely have. With it being a grandparent, with it being some type of family ancestral, it could be an ancestral guidance, it could be something, or it could be something more personal, more close, like, you know what I'm talking about, right? So there's either side of that. So they're saying hi, and they're saying open up to us. It's like how I brought up the angels. If you don't give them free, or you have free will, so you have to give them permission to access you on this earthly realm. You have to give them permission. So if you have somebody that's passed away, hold that space for them and know that they're still here in the etheric realm, right here. They're actually more close to you than they ever have been, and it was just an hour and 1 minute and 11 seconds. So just showing me that the door is there, the portal is there, and you're being asked to ask for comfort, to ask for what you need, and prosperity. So Archangel Ariel, your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So there it is, guys. You are being guided. You're divinely guided. It's all about perspective shifts. It's all about knowing your worth. It's all about knowing your path. It's all about embracing your unique gifts and your path and your purpose, and being open to honor the ideas that come through. Perfect. And then just to end it off here, we have overcoming difficulties. Archangel Jeremiah, the worst is now behind you, and you are surmounting any previous challenges. So there it is, the confirmation. So surrender into where it is you're at. Surrender into the unknown. Surrender into the known. Surrender into everything. Just keep surrendering. When you think that you have surrendered, surrender more. All right, guys, you have an absolutely beautiful week. I am sending you so much love. And I'll see you next week. Bye.